One question. When are you going to decide to stop letting life abuse you and start living life? See, you clicked on this video because you thought that I was going to give you some solution to your problem. You thought that there was going to be some instant answer as to why you're just burdened with this addiction and why you just keep going back and why life just keeps doing this to you. Rather than actually telling yourself, how do I get to the point in life where I understand that my actions are my actions alone? See, if you ask yourself, what is it going to take for me to have everything in this world that I want? And the one answer to that question is merely your action. I know that I am the most intelligent, let alone the most creative YouTuber of the 21st century. And you want to know the crazy thing about that is, it's not what I just said. It's the belief that I actually believe. See, the reason why you can't quit porn is because you don't have a strong belief. And that strong belief has not been correlated into you finding a reason good enough for you not to return to porn. So you want to know what's going to happen? Every time somebody cuts you off, you're going to throw a fit. Every time you get an erection, you're going to utilize that energy for nothing. You're going to waste God's precious fuel for you to accomplish anything. This has been given to you and bestowed upon you by the Most High for you to create your reality. And the funny thing about this is, after you do this, you ask yourself, why? You ask yourself, why? What did I get from this? You question the thought of why you just did this. See, people think that if you just get a program, then your problems will be fixed. Or if you just develop a routine, then your problems will be fixed. But nobody talks about the one thing that'll actually get you fucking results. Your belief. If I believed that I could do YouTube, then I'm fucking living that belief. I was 15 when I had that belief. I'm 19 now. If I believed that I could create a university that could help people, I could create ebooks that could help people, I could actually be a benefactor to the universe, and I could be the most valuable individual at the age of 19, this is the truth. Why? Because you're seeing that. You're seeing it, bro. You're seeing me do this shit. And the crazy thing about it is, it's just not the fact of, oh, this guy's crazy. What is he talking about? Or no, bro. It's the fact that I'm actually doing it, though. See, you can say that I'm going to abstain from porn, from putting all these porn blockers on my phone. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to abstain from this, from not being on my phone as often. All of these little nitpicks, all of these little things that you tell yourself. Why do you keep going back? You are continuously going back to this thing because one of the two things. You are not winning life, and you do not feel like you are actually fucking your experience. And I know that's very spiritual, so let me break that down for you. What I mean by winning life is, if every day you woke up, you realize that you are given the opportunity to, one, accomplish your goals, eat as healthy as possible, get as much as hard work done as possible as a man in this day and age. You're able to be a billionaire in this current day and age. You're able to manifest anything that you want in this day and age. If you woke up with that belief, how long do you think it would actually take you to become a successful CEO of a let's say Fortune 500 company. How long do you think it would take you? Whether if you're 19, 17, 21, or 22. If you woke up and just told yourself, right, me making this video is going to change the world. It could be a video about fucking picking up trash, putting a PC together, motivational video, whatever the fuck. If you're telling yourself psychologically that this video will change the world, you want to know what's going to happen? You're going to figure out every way to optimize that video, to work analytics, click-through rate, impressions, and you're going to figure out a way to become the best at what you are doing, inevitably being someone who can change the world by changing you. Now, the problem is with this, right, is when you're not actionably doing anything in life, life starts to actionably do you. Meaning, instead of you fucking life, life begins to fuck you. You wake up and the first thing you do is consume. Scrolling on TikTok, eating junk food, not praying, not meditating, not focusing on the things that you can control, living life like a fucking victim. And this is how the people that you don't see with agendas to keep these things relevant and prevalent can do that, because it's psychological. So this is why I'm telling you, bro, it's not the fact that you want to watch porn. You're not doing anything actively to not want to watch porn. You're not actually living and having experiences. You're not talking to women. You're not even talking to other men about business or about goals or about purpose or about anything. And then you victimize yourself to believe that, oh, I'm just the only one here, or fuck that. You're not a victim, bro. You're not a victim. You're not, and you're not your problems. And this is why 85% of the world will never be rich, will never actually accomplish their goals that they have, because you just honestly don't believe in yourself. You do not wholeheartedly believe that you are not an addict. You do not wholeheartedly believe that your goals and your actions are a representation of who you are. You don't believe it. So what is that leading you to do? That's leading you to get off of work and do the same thing. That's leading you to get in sexual urge, and you don't know how to cultivate that energy and transmute it. So what do? You expel it. That's leading you to be a degenerate. To ultimately, if you continue to keep doing this crazy habit that you're doing, you're going to become a weirdo to women. You're going to give off weirdo creep energy. And I promise you, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to not respect the man. If you don't already are, that you will be. And why is that? Because you don't have a definite belief in yourself. See, when I was 15, when I was 14, when I was 16, right? You know, and I used to watch porn when I was bored. I used to jack off because there was nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? I used to text random girls because there was nothing else to do and shit like that, right? Me being there and me being a child, but me still being, you know, a man, because I had a consciousness. I knew what I was doing, and I knew wrong from right, but I still chose to do it. But the thing that was lacking was my purpose. See, at this time, I was still finding myself. So therefore, I believed that the things I were doing made sense. So then watching porn made sense. Now it doesn't make sense. How can I be the highest version of myself if I'm watching another man succeed in life? How can I be a billionaire and provide blessings for the world and give the world knowledge and give the world value if I'm expelling my precious life force on my pillows or my sheets or it just sounds fucking disgusting, right? Because it is. I cannot operate at 100% while committing this act. This is why if you read texts like the Bible and you read different things, they will speak about fleeing from your flesh. And then the art of fleeing is when you feel that energy, you must transmute that energy. This is why I'm an advocate for self-improvement, because self-improvement changed my life. You don't get this video that you're watching right now without self-improvement, bro. And self-improvement isn't some crazy routine where you wake up at 5 a.m., take a cold shower, and do work for 5 hours. Shut the fuck up. Self-improvement is you choosing to be something that you do not see. Self-improvement is you choosing to be the individual that did it, the individual that was disciplined. Out of all the temptation, the lust, all of this greed, all of this sin and degeneracy in the world today, you chose to be a God-fearing man. You chose to be a good man. You chose, at the end of the day, to stand by your morals. And those morals are developed when you find the anchor in which every man needs. And the anchor for me is Jesus Christ. So, if I'm being quite frankly honest, bro, you have to make a decision to where you are going to serve your flesh, you are going to serve degeneracy, you are going to serve the instant gratification of this moment, or are you going to think about the long term? See, when I'm at my 9 to 5, right? Or when I was at my 9 to 5, I used to think about days that, life would get better, how things would be easier, and et cetera, right? Not knowing that me already envisioning myself on my computer closing $10,000 deals, closing $50,000 deals, me on my computer in the airport having one-on-one calls, helping people improve their life, helping people benefit from their own mind, because we all have value. We just don't know what that value is until it's pointed out and we say, hey, there it is. So you have to say to yourself, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be a bitch who beats his meat anymore. I don't want to be an individual that's sinful and lays down with every woman. I don't want to be an individual that has no self-discipline. I don't want to be an individual who has no financial literacy and is not intelligent. I don't want to be an individual who doesn't know himself. And when you say what you do not want, you have to now implement what you do want. And this is when the reprogramming starts. This is when you are allowing yourself to become free from the shackles that you have placed on yourself. When you tell yourself every day, I'm rich, I'm healthy, I'm fortunate, I'm successful, I'm handsome, I'm attractive, I'm all of these things, right? Your brain is eating that shit up because you've been so used to living on autopilot and just going with the ideology of what everyone else is doing. Waking up, going to your 9 to 5, eating at this time, scrolling at this time, eating junk food at this time, getting off, eating junk food again, going to sleep, rinse and repeat. I would be fucking going crazy too. And I would be beating my meat too. So now you have to ask yourself, do you accept this life? Or do you plan on making your own? Do you plan on creating your own reality? Do you plan on manifesting your own life? Do you plan on using the world's clock, or do you plan on using your clock? Do you plan on being on the world's time, or do you plan on being on your time? And this is what I mean by what I said in the start of this video. What decision will you make? We are judged off one thing only. Not how much money we make, not the cars, clothes, materialistic items. We are judged off the decisions and the timing of those decisions quantifying in the universe. That's it. That's it. That's all. So when you realize that, okay, if I know that, then I actually can do what the fuck I want to do. And I can be whoever the fuck I want to be. So instead of just thinking, act. Instead of just talking, act. Instead of saying, act. And watch how your entire world begins to reflect what you have cultivated in your reality, and how the outside world starts to bend to your will. Love y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Link in the description for my IG. We going to the top, man. Let's go.